Yes, I have been coined the name the baby mayor. Thankful, we could thank Gerard Landry for that. First, I want to thank the Chamber, Livingston Young Professionals for inviting me. I want to thank all of you that are here. So I know I'm going to be speaking to the choir because what I'm going to talk about today, I think all of y'all have done that because you're here, you're sitting in this room and making a difference in the community. So, I was thinking about, me and Casey was talking about it. I think, when did you do this, last year? So Casey, I think she didn't sleep for 2 weeks. Thinking, man, I got to get up in front of people and talk. So she was asking me earlier this week if I was prepared, and I'm like, for what? And you got to speak Friday. I'm like, oh, well, on my way there, I'll start thinking about what I'm going to talk about. So that's just a difference, but she did a great job too last year because I remember that speech. But I want to ask you, why do you do what you do? People ask me, why did you get into politics? But I want to ask you, why do you do what you do? Is it for power? Is it for a position? Is it for pay, prestige? I did it, and I want to encourage you to do it because I want you to find something that's your passion or something that's your purpose. Our church's motto, my dad's a pastor, and the kind of slogan they have is their purpose is to help you find yours. And so I've kind of lived by that, what's my purpose? So I'll give you a little bit. A lot of y'all know me and my family, but for those of you that don't, I'll kind of tell my story. So I grew up here in Livingston Parish. All my family, pretty much, they're all pastors, missionaries, all that good stuff, some politicians. So I grew up being around people, wanting to help people. My dad pastors in Walker, has been pastoring there for 30 years now. So I grew up in a church, kind of saw how people work. As a pastor's kid, you get to see the good and bad of people. And so I was always kind of drawn just to help people. So I went to school in Livingston at Doyle High School, got out, went and played college baseball. When I got out of college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I didn't know what my purpose was, to be honest. I didn't know I was going to get into politics. Had no clue. So I got out and started, hey, I got to go make money. I'm married now. I got to go find a job, pay, I got to go make money, support my family. So I did something for about 6 months and hated it, every bit of it. Then I got into the family business for a little bit. So did that. I have 3 boys. We had our first son, and I started thinking, well, man, I need insurance. I got to find something. So this is, if you don't believe in God or whatever, that's fine. I do. So I was on the computer. I told my wife, I was like, look, I love baseball. I like coaching, being around kids. I've always done that. People asked me to get into baseball and coaching in high school. So I was on the computer that evening. I'll never forget, I was at our church. I used to run a print shop at our church in Walker. So I was on the computer like, okay, what do I need to do to get my certification to be a high school baseball coach? While I'm on the computer, I get a phone call from Eric Edwards, who is the director of tourism, Livingston Parish Tourism. Like, hey, what's going on? Hey, JT, look, I have this position that just opened up, assistant director of Livingston Parish Tourism, and I think you'd be a good fit. Is this something you'd want to do? I didn't know Livingston had tourism. Just like, and look, I get that because I had people they used to ask me, hey, what do you do? Well, I'm the assistant director of Livingston Parish Tourism. Like, yeah, and my boys always thought I took out trash at a hotel. That's what they thought I did in tourism. So I started looking into it, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's something, looks fun. I like being around people, meeting people. Me and Eric met from the chamber. I told that story the other day at our young professional committee meeting that April twisted my arm to get me to sit on it. But I was telling her the chamber had a big influence on where I am today. If I wouldn't have got involved with the chamber, with economic development, doing all that, I may not be in this position I am now. But it's the relationships I built. So I built a relationship with Eric from the chamber. I was like, man, I think you'd be a good fit. So I went on and did that. I did that for 8 years. That's where I built the relationships. I got involved with Louisiana Travel Association. I brought groups to D.C., meeting with congressmen, delegations, things like that. And that's where politics, I started. I was like, man, I think I'd like to do this. And then people started asking me, hey, what are you running for? What are you running for? And I didn't really know. You know, it was a few years, and this opportunity came available to me, and I felt like it was the right timing. I think there's the right time for everything, and it was the perfect timing for me. So I jumped in. Like I said, my family's in politics, so I was familiar with it. And I knew people asked me, well, man, why did you get into politics? Why did you decide to do that? I think it's my purpose. I mean, I didn't just, I want to do this because I want to be important and I want to run a town and all that. It was something, it was my purpose to do it. And I had some hesitation before I ran. I was like, no, man, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable at the tourism office. This is easy, man. I get to travel, go all over the country, see people, meet people. You know, it's an easy job. I could come in when I want. I could bring my boys, go coach them in baseball, but you know, sometimes you got to get out of that comfort zone, and it's scary. So I decided, after a lot of talks with my wife, she finally let me do it. So, first 7 months, it's been a learning curve. I know way more about sewer than I ever wanted to. That wasn't my mindset coming into it. Mine was, man, I want to get in there and bring things, a new vision for the town. You know, my little thing, this is coming from, of course, a pastor's son, you know, inform, invest, and inspire. You got to have them 3 I's or something people can remember. But that was, I mean, truly what, you know, sitting down, you know, what do I want to do? And, you know, I want to inform our people, let them know what's going on in our town. You know, I want to invest in our town in beautification efforts and relationships, and bring these relationships that I built from the tourism office to my town. And then I want to inspire young people. That's what I'm excited about. I met a mayor yesterday. Me and Casey was at Louisiana Municipal Association's convention, and this mayor from Monroe, he's a new mayor, he's 43 years old, and this guy, I'm telling you, I was like, I got to hang out with you, man. I mean, his whole staff's 20 and 30-year-olds running this big city, and he was telling me some of the things he did, and that excites me. You know, we need, this is our, and y'all hear this all the time. Again, like I said, I'm preaching to the choir here. But we are the future of Livingston Parish, of this state. Get involved, whether it be politics, business. You know, a lot of people don't like politics, but I love seeing young people get involved in politics for the right reason. There in the town of Livingston, we have a great team with young, a younger council, some older council. They have the experience. We have the energy, the drive to do things. And it's a great thing, but I want to encourage, you know, it's easy to sit back. One thing my dad always says, he says, you know, if you can't raise a hand to help, don't raise a voice to criticize. And I take that on a lot. You know, I'm not going to sit back and criticize. I want to be the solution to the problem. I want to find out a way to do it. And the mayor of Monroe, one of his staff members said it yesterday. She's like, I don't see stop signs. I just see yield signs. You know, I hear in my town, I heard it. I have kids now. I want my kids to grow up and live in the town of Livingston. I want to be an example for Denham Springs, Walker, Alexandria. I want them to call me and say, JT, man, how are y'all doing that? So I want my kids to be proud to live there. But it's a great time for this parish. I see a lot of young people stepping up, getting involved. I think it's turning over a new regime. I really do. I mean, I see it. I see it in politics. Some younger people are stepping up and leading. But I think just everybody coming together, working as a team, staying involved, get involved, man. You know, if you see somebody hurting, somebody that needs help, get involved, help them. And I know that's what y'all do. That's why y'all are sitting here today. Y'all are involved, and anything I can ever do in the town, if you get a ticket, I don't know if I can help you out, but yes, I get them calls too sometimes. But look, I like working with old people like Trey and Steve, you know. I'm not trying to push y'all to the side. I mean, that's just a mindset. You know, they're young at heart. Even Joe back there, you know, the chief, yeah, I work with you too. But anyway, I want to thank the chamber for coming. Again, they do have a big influence on where I am today. When I said that to April the other day, she was like, I got to get that on video, put it everywhere. But it really does. I say it in all seriousness. Just building relationships. That's why I love doing this. I love building relationships and meeting people, because I never know when I'm going to need one of you. So that's why I do it. So thank you. Again, find out what your purpose or passion is if you don't know what it is. get it, and when you do it, you wake up, it's not a job anymore, it's something that you like to do. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for inviting me, and can't wait to see who the winners are this year.